¿Cómo estás? How are you? Muy bien. I just spoke 3 different languages there. All right, let's not waste any time. Today, we have a tier list. I know I've not done a tier list in a while. And tier lists are way 2018 or 2019? I think it was 2019 when tier list first came to light. But a little bit of a twist. We're not doing just like NASCAR track. We're doing the 2021 NASCAR tracks because the 2021 schedule is very different. So you will see that Kentucky is not on the schedule, and Chicagoland is not on the schedule. So those tracks are not in this tier list, which is unfortunate. I was thinking about just think of as many tracks as possible, but I was like, no, 2021 Cup tracks only. That is what this tier list is going to be, and here it is. So you can see that we have beautiful scenes. I like that. Average, needs work, and bulldoze the facility. I think everyone knows, if you guys know me. I'll try not to joke about the track as much on this video because it's been overused, honestly. But I think we already know what track is going into bulldoze the facility. But also another little side note here is Auto Club. Auto Club I will be ranking as the current Auto Club, not the half mile that it will be. Now, obviously, when it does become the half mile, I will tell you right now, it'll probably go up there. But I do have a few question marks about that track when it does come out in 2022, because personally, I don't know how passing is going to be like there, depending on how the next gen car is as well, because that is apparently, if you look at the layout, that's going to be a high speed short track. And it's going to be the corners of Bristol with the lengths of Martinsville, so it should technically be faster than Bristol, and it's going to be really weird. I don't really know how it's going to work, but that's, it's going to be different, and we'll see how. And any half mile usually is good. So I'm just hoping the car doesn't, dirty air and everything's not too big of a deal. And we'll also have to see, will they put progressive banking? All those things will determine how that track will be in 2022. But let's get started, guys. If you like the video, make sure to hit the like button. I really, really appreciate it. It does help me out. And obviously comment down below with your thoughts on the tier list as well. So first off, we're obviously going to start with the beautiful scenes of glorious emotion, the illustrious scenes of just beautiful scenes of illustrious and glorious, beautiful emotion of just glory. And that is the best track in NASCAR, Martinsville Speedway. I don't think I have to say anything about this one. I mean, it's fantastic. It just is. What was funny to me was yesterday, and by the way, as this gets uploaded, probably the Xfinity race is going on right now. Yesterday, the truck race was going on, right? And I saw a lot of complaining about how drivers were too aggressive, or it was like the lack of talent was being shown. But in my opinion, like, you want to see that style of racing. You want to see beating and banging, in the driver's hands. You shouldn't be complaining when that happens. Now, obviously, you can critique the driving talent. I know it's the Truck Series. Some guys don't really deserve to be there. But, appreciate what the track gives you. Martinsville, it gives the driver the option. You've always heard me say, when you give the driver the option, the best things can happen. So, beautiful scenes for Martinsville. Now, Richmond is a controversial one. Richmond, it is a short track, so obviously I could put it like in one of these two. But recently, you can't think of a great Richmond race, and it's just because I don't know what it is. If it's just the way the track is configured with the way, I don't even know what it's called. The asphalt's like not like normal asphalt. There's like a weird, when they paved it, it's like a, obviously you could tell Richmond looks different. It looks like a shiny asphalt. I don't know what it's made out of. I don't remember the name. But when they did repave that track, it was just, I don't know if it works fantastically. It's a really good driver's racetrack. I'm gonna put it in the like that. Just my opinion. I like Richmond. I understand a lot of the races there are not like top quality, but I like Richmond. And so next up we have Talladega. That is definitely going in the beautiful, emotional, glorious, illustrious scenes of beautiful emotion, and that is because Talladega is just a fantastic racetrack. Obviously, we have the plate racing. Track will never usually change. I actually do hope one day we get back to the, when it was paved, it's never going to get back to how it looked back before it got repaved in 2006. But I really like the way it looked, pre-2006, and I'm hoping as it wears down, it's been almost 15 years now, track is still in great shape, but just don't repave it for another 15 years. See if we get some character in that track and make Talladega a little bit bumpy again. Dover. Now Dover, I am putting in the like that, and the reason why is because the reason why you don't see great races at Dover right now is not because of the track; it's because of the car. So don't blame Dover for that. New Hampshire. This one is a personal opinion. I think they always flip flop on what lane to run at that track. And again, I think the car has a lot to do with this. So, hopefully with a better car, we could go back to a better New Hampshire because pre Gen 6, I actually did enjoy New Hampshire. There are some good battles. I specifically remember the one with Denny Hamlin and Gordon in 2007, I think it is. Car Tomorrow. Not entirely sure, but you saw when we had the Car Tomorrow, there was a lot of close short track races. Richmond 2008, Jimmy and Jeff, Bristol. Was it the first race of the Car Tomorrow? The Bristol race that Kyle Busch won, I think. Or Kyle Busch won. That one was also a good finish. So those type of tracks can get better with a better car. But the thing about New Hampshire that bothers me is like they always flip flop. Like, oh, let's put the grip strip thing on like the top 3 lanes or the bottom lane or this and that, and like just pick one. So that track needs a little bit of work. Homestead Miami Speedway. That is about an hour it's about an hour away from where I live. And yes, that does give me a little bit of bias. But even if I lived in Canada, I think we can all say that is going in beautiful scenes. It is a tragedy what has happened to that racetrack, putting it on the schedule where it is. It deserves a better race date. In my opinion, and never deserved to get the championship race taken away. The only reason I take the championship race away from Homestead is due to a rotating finale. If we don't have a rotating finale, it should be a Homestead. It should not be a Phoenix. But in an ideal world, rotating finale, one track always gets the championship race if we keep the stupid playoff format. But that is a different story for a different day. Kansas. Kansas is a hard one for me. I'm going to put it in the like that category. And the reason why is because, one thing about Kansas, the wrecks are insane at that track. I don't know why there's always big wrecks. But, again, in my opinion, with a better car, you can get really good races at Kansas. I have no issues with it. Auto Club in its current state, I will go with average. I think it's gotten to the point where it is too old. Obviously, they are reconfiguring it into a half mile. When that happens, it will most likely go up there. But for now, average. Bristol Motor Speedway. Now we have old Bristol and we have it's not new anymore because it's been 12 years, but we have old Bristol and then current Bristol. And ever since they really put the grip strip on the bottom and they keep reapplying that grip strip and and just keep getting that thing going to make old Bristol come back during the race. So now we have this situation where you have old Bristol and new Bristol in the same race, depending on when the grip goes away from that grip strip. And usually on restarts, it comes back. So for right now, Bristol does go in the beautiful scenes category. I really do enjoy it at the moment. Indianapolis. Now, this is a little bit... Okay, so in 2021, Indianapolis will be a road course. If this was the oval for the Brickyard 400, it would be in Bulldozer facility. Obviously, I would never say bulldoze Indianapolis, way too historic of a track. So maybe we could go with needs work. But this is the road course. This is not the oval. I watched the last few laps of the Xfinity race at this road course, and it was fantastic racing. So I will put that in the like that category. Remember, that is not the oval track. That is the road course. And most road courses, I think I'm going to be putting up in these too. So you'll see. I'm very positive this video, guys. Darlington, I will put that in the beautiful scenes category. Mainly because that is obviously a very unique track, historic track, and has some of the best finishes ever in NASCAR history. Can always put on great races, always a challenging racetrack, and still a tradition that is good to go. Atlanta. Now, this is going to be a little bit controversial, but that's going in the needs work, mainly because it needs a repave. It is time. Atlanta has gotten too bumpy, too edgy. It is time for a repave. And they need to repave it in a way where they don't make it as smooth as a baby's butt. Try to get some materials in there that still keep the character of the racetrack. Obviously for the first few years, I expect the racing not to be very good, but at least after 4 to 5 years, don't make the same mistakes a lot of these other racetracks where you repave it like a highway and it's smooth as butter. Don't do that. Try to do a pretty bad job actually at repaving the track. Just make sure certain areas are good enough so that when it rains we don't have any issues. And we'll be good there. Michigan, that's going in bulldoze the facility. Now, Michigan. So here's the problem I have with Michigan, guys. Michigan, before the repave, I didn't think was a problem. Obviously, we had a different car back then as well, so I didn't. Racing was obviously really good. Had a couple of really good finishes. Dale Jr. won there a lot, so a lot of fans liked it. That track right now is straight up trash. When they repaved it, they absolutely destroyed it with progressive banking and everything. Bottom lanes non-existent. The car is horrible. But even if the car was better, that track is absolutely terrible. And that one deserves a bulldoze the facility. Road America, that is going in the I like that category. I've not seen a cup race there yet, so we'll see how the cup cars do there. But Xfinity races have been great. Another road course, I cannot complain. Nashville, now this is something where I don't have a lot of experience to talk on this. Nashville's been off the schedule for a while. I remember it being on the schedule for the Xfinity Series back in the day. I don't remember any races in my it was a while ago, so I personally don't remember any races from Nashville. So just for now, I'm gonna put it in average. But the only reason I'm doing that, guys, because I truly don't know. I have no idea. So I'm just gonna put it in average. Phoenix, I'm gonna go with average as well. I don't like it. I don't hate it. I don't think it needs work. I personally think the championship race could be at a better racetrack. Much rather it be at Homestead. Really, much rather be at any of these tracks except Talladega. Let's not put I'd much rather the championship race be at Darlington. I think that would be pretty cool. The oldest track in NASCAR edition hosting a championship race. I think that would be cool. Bristol obviously would be cool. Homestead would be ideal for me, not Talladega and Martinsville. Let's keep Martinsville as the cutoff race. What just happened to my computer? I don't know what happened. My entire computer messed up a second. But as I was saying, Darlington, good. Bristol, good. Martinsville, keep as the cutoff race. Phoenix, just an average track. Even before the new configuration, I never had a certain feeling on it. It's not a short track, but it's not like a mile and a half. It's a very unique racetrack. I think it deserves some praise there, but I don't have any feeling on it. Pocono. Oh, that one is. Let's not be too cruel to it. That one needs work. I think it's a good driver's track. But obviously watching the races there is not ideal. The Roval. I'm gonna put the Roval at. I like that. I think it is incredibly challenging. Obviously, it's not a true road course, but it is a very challenging racetrack and a good mix-up for Charlotte, so I like that. Now, that is actually Charlotte. You can see here. I know it doesn't show up on the thing because of the way the picture is. Charlotte, I'm going to put on average, and the reason because of that is I actually prefer Charlotte from before they repaved it. I don't know. I think Charlotte could be better. I think it's a good track. I just think it could be better, so I'm going to put it in the average category. Watkins Glen, one of the oldest racetracks. Well, not oldest, but one of the best, and oldest road courses in NASCAR. That's going to go in the beautiful scenes category. I really do love Watkins Glen. I think it's a fantastic road course, high speed, perfect for NASCAR. I think it's absolutely perfect. Sonoma as well, old configuration and new configuration. I do enjoy it. I don't think I enjoy it as much as Watkins Glen, so I'm going to put it one below. I'll put it in that category. So as you guys can see, I think we're as we stop here before the final four tracks, we have a overwhelming positive vibe here with 6 tracks in the beautiful scenes category, 7 in the like that category, and then 4 in average, 3 in needs work, and 1 in bulldoze the facility. Now we head to Texas. Now this is where I usually would make a sarcastic joke and just put this in the beautiful scenes category, but we're not going to be doing that, guys. I think it's very clear how I feel about this racetrack, how I feel about the promoter, how I feel about everything about this facility. I guess it has nice suites. I've seen people go to that track and have a good time. This track needs to be absolutely bulldozed, forgotten about, written across from history, absolutely just erased from mankind, where you cannot find any existence of this racetrack, this name, Eddie Gossage, nothing. You cannot find this track in existence in a year from now. I hope that happens. Bulldoze it, erase it, just get rid of it. Just destroy it with a snap like Thanos from the minds of existence, and it's gone. I don't need to go into any explanation as to why I feel about that. You guys know why. This track is horrible. Absolutely terrible. Obviously, before the configuration, the new configuration, it was not like that. I would have put it in the average category. But the new one, it is atrocious. And blame Eddie Gossage for it. Blame the owners of Texas. Terrible, terrible racetrack. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that anymore. Daytona, obviously, that's going in the beautiful scenes. I will never complain about Daytona. It's beautiful. And we might go, we had the road course race. I think it was cool, but I prefer having 2 plate races at Daytona. I don't really want to go. We can go to the road course at road. We have enough road courses in the country, okay? We can go to them. We already have 6 on the schedule. I like that number. Don't put Daytona road course on there. I love Daytona the way it is. We don't need to run the road course there. Las Vegas Motor Speedway, I think because of the car and the package is why I don't really have any feeling about this, but I will put that in the average category again. I think it's the same as Charlotte. With a better car, I truly believe Las Vegas we have a lot of good races. Same thing with Charlotte. We're just kind of waiting on the car to get better there a little bit. I want to see how many 1.5 miles do I have in the beautiful scenes, and I like that categories. We have Kansas. We have Darlington is not 1.5 miles, so we can't count that, and we have Homestead. So only 2. We only have 2.5 miles in the top 2 categories. Then we have Charlotte, Las Vegas, and average. Atlanta in needs work, and Texas in the bulldoze. So 4 out of the 6 are either average or below. I don't think it should be that way. And by the way, I just realized we only have 6.5 mile tracks now, which is weird. You think you take away Kentucky, take away Chicagoland, it's like, wow, we're really we're getting a little bit more variety in there, which I like. All right, and last but not least, Circuit of the Americas. Now, we have not seen a NASCAR race at this track, so I can't truly judge how I feel about, but, as a track, I think this track is fantastic. I don't know if it's suited to NASCAR. It was never made to be for NASCAR. It was made for F1, even IndyCar, MotoGPs. That's what the track was made for. The way the layout is, I'm not entirely sure how a stock car is going to get around there. It obviously has the heavy braking zones, the long straights. It has an S's section, just like Sonoma. So there are areas of the track where it's very similar to Sonoma, especially the old configuration. We're not going to put that in Bulldoze facility. Jeez. So I'll just put it right there for now. I haven't decided yet. It's very similar to Sonoma. I think what worries me about that track is like the final sector of it. So when you head off that long back stretch, and then you heavy braking zone, and then you have a lot of slow winding corners. I think that's something we haven't really seen with now. I think the closest thing I could compare that to is kind of Road America in this little section right here. Slow, kind of wide little carousel, but it takes a little bit of time to get around there. In a way, I think it could be really good, because if you start getting contact in that section of the track, someone hits someone else, and that can carry on through that entire final section, because you're never really going full throttle. You're always in a slow area. You're always half throttle, partial throttle, all that stuff. You're always working the car. So I think this track has a lot of variety. I think it could be a really good race, and it's going to take a lot of talent to get around there. As a racetrack, I think, in America, I have to actually put it in the beautiful scenes category as a racetrack. I personally love it. I think it's a fantastic layout. I think they've done a great job there. I remember when F1 was in town a few years ago, they had Justin Timberlake as a full weekend concert and everything. I mean, I think the facility, I think the organizers, the owners, and the track itself is all absolutely fantastic. I'm just hoping the cars, when NASCAR goes there, runs well, and we have some good races. I prefer to have Circuit of the Americas on the schedule every year, though. I would not want this being a one-off. I want this to be on the schedule every year. I really, really enjoyed this. And Bulldoze, Texas, we're still going to the state of Texas. We're just going to a better racetrack, okay, guys? So we don't need to worry about that track down there, okay? It doesn't exist. So when we look at the tier list, it actually has a very nice layout here. We have 7. Is it 7? No, we have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tracks in the beautiful scenes category. See, guys, I like the actual racetracks. I think the racetracks are definitely not the problem. Martinsville, Talladega, Homestead, Bristol, Darlington, Watkins Glen, Daytona, and Circuit of the Americas in the beautiful scenes category. Richmond, Dover, Kansas, Indy Road Course, not Indy Oval, Road America, Roval, Sonoma. So a lot of the road courses are in here, and 2 of them are up here. Average racetracks, Auto Club, again, that is not the half-mile track. Nashville, just because I don't know much about it. Phoenix, Charlotte, Las Vegas. Needs work, New Hampshire, Atlanta, Pocono, and Bulldoze the facility. Michigan, and the track that shall not be named. Eddie Gosh's, just go hide. I don't know, you ridiculous dude. All right, so guys, that is it. Let me know what you think of the tier list. Comment down below. What is your tier list? What do you think about this? I was overwhelmingly positive. I think this is really, I'm happy with this. I think no, I wouldn't make any changes. I'm really actually very set on this. So let me know. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you're not already. Take care of yourselves. And hopefully the Xfinity race went well. By the time you're watching this, you're probably watching this after the Xfinity race. So take care of yourselves. Happy Halloween and peace out.